Right, you're watching Hot Stocks, and Chantal Marks and I from FNB Securities are talking about social media companies, and now we have the exciting Snap Inc. They call themselves a camera company, which is interesting. It's because the camera opens automatically when you activate the mobile app. Snapchat is the app, and there are various ways of publishing snaps. It listed on the New York Stock Exchange last week on Thursday, flew off from a $17 placement price, $34.7 billion. No price to earnings ratio, no dividend yield. In fact, it makes nice losses.
Yeah, like about $500 million.
Chowing cash.
Yes, I mean they made $400 million in revenue, and they lost $500 million. So they're not making money. They also put out an SEC profit disclosure saying
like
that they don't.
Section.
Yeah, saying that they can't guarantee that they'll ever actually make a profit.
That doesn't sound like a buy.
Well, yeah. Well, it seems as if it's something that they have to put in. But for this one, it's just a little bit more meaningful because their business model really still isn't 100% set in stone, and we're still not sure how they're going to end up making enough money to begin with. They've got 180 million users. That's a lot, but most of these users are in the US. It really hasn't picked up that much outside of the US, and they've got a little bit of a footprint in Europe as well. And it's a little bit strange, to be quite frank. I mean, I've been looking at the app over the last 3 or 4 days. I've been asking some of my friends and some of my younger friends as well, guys, do you use Snapchat? And they'll say, I know what it is, giggling and saying, I don't use it. It's strange. So maybe that's just a South African thing,
I
though.
first became aware of it some years ago sitting next to my daughter on a plane, who at that stage was about 16, 17, and she was basically sharing selfie face pictures of herself, pulling faces with her friends, and that was the business model, and that was what she liked about it.
Yes.
So now, of course, though, you can actually, if you're like a celebrity like DJ Khaled or something, you can share pictures of yourself doing stuff by using photo publishing tools, which then become part of the thing. And then the big part of it is filters.
Yeah.
Just explain to the old people at home what the filters are.
So there are these crazy filters where you open your mouth and rainbows come pouring out of your mouth.
Or you have a little dog nose and the ears and all that stuff.
You can be a little cheetah or a little rabbit. It kind of flops. I'll post some of them on my Instagram as well because they're interesting. I mean, it's fun, but it's, as I said, it's weird. So
the thing is, you can then take a selfie of yourself or you and your friends, and then you share that with yourselves looking absurd and different looks and feels and so on and so forth. But the business model here, let's just put our finger on it. 180 billion users is a million users is a lot, so that's exciting. People can use, and celebrities again can use, plus of course people can sponsor some of those filters if they're fun, and so that creates a little bit of buzz and hype. But it's quite a young demographic, and the content that's being created isn't necessarily of a high value. Compare that to Facebook, where people know where you are. It's an older demographic that are spending on travel and stuff like that, so you can pick up on that. And then on Twitter, where people are posting stuff which is newsy or of analytic value and so on and so forth. So that, I think, is what worries people a little bit, is that Snapchat may, as you say, never really get the traction as an advertising.
Yes, and the reality is that it's fun for a while, but I'm probably never going to use this app again. It was fun today, it was fun yesterday, but for what reason would I want to look like a dog more than once?
True, and the other thing is that Facebook watches what's going on in Snapchat and then implements some of its key things. So Instagram Stories is very similar to Snapchat's video feature, as is the WhatsApp Stories thing that we were talking about a moment ago. So that's a concern. In fact, I saw one report that said the minute Instagram launched the Stories feature, the number of people using Snapchat basically fell off.
Yes, absolutely, because what would be the point then? Except for the whole once in my life I want to look like a dog thing.
Okay, so now we've got this thing. There's the chart. It was listed on Thursday, so that's basically Thursday and Friday's trading, and you can see up a lot from the 17 up to the highs there. So the question is, would you buy them now with new money? That's the real question. Is it a buy and hope and hold, or is it something just to keep a watch on? Hold on.
Yeah, probably just an interesting one to keep a watch on, but it is probably overvalued at the moment. So it's trading on a forward P of about 29 times, which is more expensive than Facebook. And while 29 times doesn't sound that demanding...
Why? Because you're assuming it's going to make profits at some point soon.
Consensus is assuming it's going to make profits.
Oh, wow.
I think that the risk is that they probably won't make a profit it next year. So that P is actually just not truthful.
Yeah. Okay. So it's I would say not hot for now.
It is not hot for now, but I enjoyed myself.
It's exciting.